You may believe that drinking a glass of water before bed is a healthy habit, but after 60, it could be the exact reason you're waking up at 2 a.m. It appears to be a healthy routine, correct? This is what we've always been told. However, simple water contains no active ingredients that promote sleep, such as magnesium or glycine. Worse, it causes direct strain on your bladder while providing no sedative advantages. In this video, I'll show you 5 potent cocktails that cure this exact problem. And the top drink on this list not only provides deep, unbroken sleep, but it also contains ingredients that help heal your joints while you sleep. So, stick with me to the end. Before we begin, if you're ready to regain your full night's rest, please hit the like button right now. It truly benefits our channel. Also, leave a comment informing us where you are watching from. I enjoy seeing our community grow. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and turn on the bell symbol. That way, you'll never miss another health tip designed specifically for seniors like you. All right, let's begin our countdown. We'll start with a lively, delightful, and surprisingly potent alternative that addresses 2 of the most common sleep deprivation issues for seniors at once. Drink number 5, Tart Cherry Juice. Natural melatonin and anti-inflammatory source. I'd want to tell you about my friend's father, Frank. Frank, a 68-year-old former construction worker, was tough as nails but suffered from 2 issues: a knee that hurt with every change in weather, and evenings spent tossing and turning. He'd wake up at 1 or 3 a.m., his mind racing and his body rigid. His son kept thrusting a bottle of Tart Cherry Juice at him, and Frank would scoff, calling it millennial foolishness. However, after a week of scarcely sleeping more than 3 hours per night, his wife finally placed a little glass in front of him and said, "Frank, just drink it." He did it because he was exhausted. A week later, he informed me he was a different guy. I assumed it was a gimmick, but I slept 6 hours straight for the first time in a decade. And the craziest part? I got out of bed this morning, and my knee did not scream at me. Frank's story is compelling, but let's look at the concrete evidence. To put these claims to the test, researchers at Louisiana State University undertook a wonderful study of older persons suffering from chronic sleeplessness. For 2 weeks, one group consumed around 8 ounces of sour cherry juice twice a day, while the other group received a placebo drink that looked and tasted identical. The findings were amazing and reported in the American Journal of Therapeutics. On average, the group who drank the real Tart Cherry Juice slept 84 minutes longer every night. Let that sink in. That's about an hour and a half of extra sleep per night, all without using a single prescription medicine. So, how does it work? It's a wonderful dual-action device. First, tart cherries, particularly the Montmorency kind, are one of the world's finest natural sources of melatonin. This is not a man-made drug. It is the natural hormone of darkness that your brain employs to regulate your internal clock. It tells every cell in your body that it's time to shut down. Second, and most importantly, for anyone suffering from aches and pains, sour cherries contain potent anti-inflammatory substances known as anthocyanins. Consider inflammation to be a slow-burning fire in your joints. It causes a persistent background hum of pain and worry, preventing your nervous system from ever completely relaxing. The anthocyanins in cherry juice function as a targeted fire extinguisher, reducing inflammation while you sleep, allowing for better relaxation and a more comfortable morning. It is more than just a sleep aid. It is a recovery tool. Now for my question, have you ever noticed a link between a day of strenuous physical activity or joint discomfort and a particularly poor night's sleep? Please share your experience in the comments below. Moving on to number 4, a classic combo that has soothed humanity for literally thousands of years. Drink number 4, chamomile and lavender tea, an ancient calming combination. This is more than simply a quirky recommendation from your granny. It is a time-honored practice. Chamomile was so highly valued in ancient Egypt that it was dedicated to Ra, the sun god, for its medicinal virtues. The Romans employed it to boost their soldiers' morale and calm their fears before battle. Lavender has a similar rich history. Its name comes from the Latin word lavare, which means to wash, because the Romans used it to perfume their baths, recognizing its deeply calming benefits on both body and mind. But can this ancient wisdom stand up to current scientific scrutiny? Absolutely. Let's start with lavender. A compelling study published in the Journal of Advanced Nursing looked at a group of 80 new mothers who were suffering from severe sleep deprivation. For 2 weeks, the experimental group was advised to drink 1 cup of lavender tea every day. The findings were apparent and significant. Women who drank lavender tea reported significantly decreased levels of weariness and improved overall sleep quality. The science underpinning chamomile is equally as strong. A study conducted by the University of Pennsylvania Medical Center discovered that long-term use of chamomile extract greatly improved the symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder. Its key ingredient, apigenin, binds to the same brain receptors as Valium, but has no side effects, resulting in a true sense of calm. When combined, they have a potent, synergistic impact. The chamomile works from the inside out to chemically slow your rushing mind, while the lavender aroma in the tea works through your olfactory sense to calm your entire nervous system. It's a full-body signal that the day is done and it's time to relax. So, what is your go-to relaxing practice before bedtime? Is it reading a book, listening to relaxing music, or meditating? Please share your preferred method of unwinding in the comments. I am continuously seeking for new ideas. Third place goes to a warm, delicious, and profoundly medicinal beverage from the other side of the earth. Drink number 3, golden milk, an Ayurvedic anti-inflammatory. This gorgeous golden latte has been a cornerstone of Ayurveda, India's ancient medical system, for over 3,000 years. It is based on one of the world's most studied spices, turmeric. The brilliant color comes from curcumin, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories ever known. As previously stated, persistent low-grade inflammation is a stealthy adversary of deep sleep, causing a constant state of stress and keeping you on high alert. The gold standard study, a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial published in the journal Frontiers in Psychiatry, provides solid evidence for this claim. Researchers studied the effects of curcumin on persons suffering from significant depression, which is usually always associated with severe sleeplessness. They discovered that the group receiving curcumin experienced significant improvements, not only in mood, but also in sleep quality, which was directly related to a decrease in inflammatory indicators in their blood. The study beautifully highlights a fundamental notion. By reducing the body's systemic inflammation, you can help the brain's sleep architecture work properly. However, the hidden secret that makes all the difference has been known by Ayurvedic practitioners for generations. Curcumin is not extremely bioavailable, which means your body has difficulty absorbing it. The solution is synergy. Adding a simple pinch of black pepper, which includes the component piperine, can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Curcumin is fat-soluble, therefore adding a small amount of a healthy fat, such as a teaspoon of coconut oil, improves absorption even more. This is more than simply a drink. It's an expertly crafted natural formula. My question is, have you ever used turmeric or other spices for health purposes, rather than just cooking? I'd be interested to read about your experiences with these potent natural cures. Now for the runner-up. This one is a true powerhouse since it targets what many experts refer to as the silent epidemic of a certain vitamin shortage that is directly linked to inadequate sleep. Drink number 2, Magnesium Glycinate, the master relaxing mineral. Magnesium is probably the most significant mineral for relaxing. It is a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic activities in your body, many of which are required to regulate stress and sleep. The difficulty is that contemporary farming techniques have depleted our soil of this essential nutrient, and our diets frequently fall short. It's estimated that up to half of all Americans are deficient, and the problem worsens with age, owing to changes in absorption. The signs are a surefire recipe for a poor night. muscle cramps, restless legs, heart palpitations, anxiety, and, naturally, insomnia. Let's delve deep into the ironclad proof, which is quite specific and powerful. A comprehensive, double-blind, placebo-controlled study was undertaken on older patients with persistent insomnia and published in the prominent Journal of Research in Medical Sciences. The group that took 500 milligrams of magnesium daily, as opposed to the placebo group, saw a cascade of remarkable, measurable advantages. They saw a considerable increase in sleep time, an improvement in sleep efficiency, which means less time spent tossing and turning, and far fewer awakenings during the night. The researchers also conducted blood testing and discovered something amazing. The magnesium group had much higher amounts of melatonin and lower levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, in their blood. This demonstrates that magnesium doesn't merely make you tired. It biochemically changes your body's internal milieu to promote deep, restorative sleep. However, the type you use is not negotiable. If you stroll into a store and buy magnesium citrate or oxide, you'll probably run to the restroom. You want magnesium glycinate. This is magnesium that has been chelated or bound with the amino acid glycine. There are two reasons why this is a genius work. First, the glycinate form is highly bioavailable and easy on the digestive tract. Second, glycine is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. It actively soothes the nervous system and has been found in tests to help reduce your core body temperature at night, which is a critical physiological trigger that signals your body to sleep. You get a twofold dose of relaxation from a single component. So here's my question to you. Have you ever had the frustrating sense of restless legs or muscular cramps while trying to fall asleep? Please let me know if this is something that is interfering with your sleep. So, here we are. The most effective science-backed and historically proven drink for getting deep, uninterrupted sleep. Drink number 1, Valerian Root Tea, nature's most powerful sedative. Valerian isn't a kind suggestion. It is nature's formidable weapon against sleeplessness. Its use is not a recent fad. It is a medicinal heritage that spans empires. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, wrote about its medicinal powers in the 4th century BC. Galen, a famous Roman physician, later suggested it for insomnia. Its reputation was so strong that, during the heavy bombing raids of World War II in England, it was widely utilized to help citizens cope with the extreme stress and relax. This plant has a legendary reputation for a reason. It simply works. Its potency stems from its strong and unique interaction with a neurotransmitter in your brain known as GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid. Consider GABA as your brain's principal braking system. When your mind races with worry and to-do lists, it means the gas pedal is stuck down. Valerian root includes unique chemicals, most notably valerianic acid and its derivatives, which function in two ways. First, they trigger nerve cells to release GABA. Second, and this is the amazing part, they inhibit the enzyme that degrades GABA. In other words, valerian not only helps you apply the brakes, but also keeps them from being removed. This allows your brain's own soothing chemistry to build up to a point where it can overcome worry and guide you into a state of profound relaxation and sleep. Now for the ultimate irrefutable proof. We are not looking at a single study, but rather a big meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Medicine. A meta-analysis is the king of scientific evidence, since it combines data from numerous high-quality studies to get the most compelling result. This analysis included 16 different randomized trials with over 1,000 participants. The conclusion was undeniable, and it was expressed clearly. Valerian improves sleep quality in a statistically meaningful way, allowing people to fall asleep faster and wake up less without the harmful side effects or hangover sensation associated with pharmaceutical sleep medications. It is particularly effective in promoting slow-wave deep sleep, which is when your body performs its most critical physical repair, such as repairing joint tissue and consolidating memories. A short note. Pure valerian root has a distinct, earthy odor that some people relate to soiled socks. Don't let this deter you. It's the aroma of potency. It signifies you have the original, unadulterated root. An easy method is to add a bag of peppermint or ginger tea to the same mug, which entirely turns the flavor into something pleasant. So, have you ever used a natural sleep aid before, and what was your experience? I'm genuinely curious about what has and hasn't worked for you in the past. Now I understand exactly what you are thinking. This all sounds great, but if I drink anything at night, won't I have to get up and go to the restroom? Isn't it the core problem we're attempting to solve? This is the most crucial question, and it demands a lengthy response. Here are the 3 non-negotiable guidelines that transform these drinks from a potential problem to an ideal solution. Rule number 1, the volume rule. We're not aiming to rehydrate after an exercise. The goal is to administer a small yet powerful medical dose of sleep-promoting chemicals. You should never consume more than 5 to 7 ounces, 150 to 200 milliliters. This is the size of a standard teacup or small juice glass, not a large coffee mug. This small amount is sufficient to transport the active components, but not enough to overload your bladder and set off your nocturnal alarm. Rule number 2, the timing rule. This is the secret ingredient. You must drink 60 to 90 minutes before going to bed. This is the magical window. It allows your body enough time to fully absorb melatonin, magnesium, or valerianic acid. Simultaneously, it allows your kidneys just the amount of time they need to process the small volume of liquid, allowing you to expel it before going to bed. Drinking it any later expedites the process. Drinking it early reduces the sedative effects at bedtime. 2 hours is the perfect spot. Rule number 3, this is the final ritual rule. This is a physical and psychological cue. Make the last thing you do before going to bed a comprehensive trip to the restroom. This is not a quick stop. Be patient, relax, and ensure your bladder is completely empty. This final step completes the cycle, ensuring that your body and mind are clear and prepared for a lengthy, uninterrupted journey through the night. So, my friends, today we discussed so much more than simply a list of drinks. We talked about a different approach to sleep. We discussed how to take tiny, intelligent, and scientifically supported actions to restore the deep restorative sleep that is your birthright. We discussed reducing the flames of inflammation with Tart Cherry Juice and golden milk, soothing the stressed nervous system with ancient knowledge of chamomile and lavender, and immediately treating the fundamental biochemical causes of insomnia with the power of magnesium and valerian root. This is about empowering yourself with information. Let's immediately review that impressive list. Number 5. The Tart Cherry Juice has a dual action. Number 4. The ancient relaxing combination of chamomile and lavender tea. Number 3. Golden milk has anti-inflammatory properties. Number 2. Magnesium glycinate is a master relaxing mineral. And at number 1, Valerian Root Tea is nature's most powerful and effective sedative. Which of these resonated with you the most? Which one are you going to try first? Please let me know in the comments. And if this video made you feel hopeful, like if a complete night of deep slumber is finally within grasp, then type the word hope in the comments section below. It's incredible to see how many of us are on the same quest to better health. Of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe and enable all notifications to ensure you don't miss our next deep dive. We are creating a community dedicated to finding actual workable solutions. Thank you for your time and trust. Here's to a quiet, deep, and delightfully unbroken night's sleep. If this video touched you in any way, please let me know by liking it, sharing it with someone you care about, or leaving a comment. And if you want to continue walking this path with me, studying health, healing, and deeper living in your elderly years, be sure to subscribe and touch the bell button. Every week I'll be right here with you, telling everyone that we're still alive